started in 2017 after Trump was elected, and he initiated the Muslim ban. And I've never drawn professionally before that. In fact, this entire, I was just kind of pushed to do it because I was just seeing all these stories about Muslims being written and people being interviewed, and it was just the same old story, and they were getting it so wrong, and it was just constant, the same thing. And it was just, Islamophobia is not new, and it's definitely not new to me, but it just felt louder, and I would definitely credit social media for that. And so because of that, just kind of this vehement vitriol that was just very loud and very in my face, and social media, everything happens and you see it immediately, and it just spurred me. I just had my son, and it just kind of was like, I'd taken time off work, and so I was sitting at home, I was taking care of my son, but I felt like I had to do more, and so I started writing short stories. This actually started off as short stories, and I started posting them, and it was called Yes, I'm Hot in This, and it was just like, you know what, let me show them the nuance of what it is to be Muslim, or a Muslim at least. It is a double entendre, a little risque. It is, answers the question that I get the most is, aren't you hot in that? And in that they're talking about my hijab. And I've always hated that question. And I would bend over backwards to try to make them believe that I'm not hot in that. And I realized, why am I doing that? Yeah, I am hot in that. I'm doing it for a higher power. I'm doing it for a bigger reason. And I don't care if you think I'm hot, because what are you really trying to ask? And it's the veiled, that undertone of what is the question really trying to imply, that I'm oppressed or something. And it's like, I love wearing hijab. I love being Muslim, and it's okay that I'm hot. It's my problem, not yours. Why do you care? We're only ever seen through this one lens, and I'm like, well, here's what we are for real, or here's what I am. Here, look, a real Muslim who really practices her Islam, and this is what it's like. And some of it has to do with married life and family life and public life, and but it really is, the message is just to be like, I think you can practice your faith. You can be, who you are, and be proud of it. The first book, Yes, I'm Hot in This, The Hilarious Truth About Life in a Hijab, is a comic collection. It is separated into chapters and of just kind of themes, what it was like growing up Muslim, what it was like getting married, dealing with people who have never met a Muslim in their life, just kind of these regular people who just ask these questions that are super offensive, and they're like, well, I'm just asking a question, why aren't you answering? How am I going to learn? And then there's That Can Be Arranged, which is a more kind of adult graphic memoir that is almost like a love letter to arranged marriages and a love letter to my younger self. And I did get married through an arrangement. My husband is barely in it even. It's about a book about being married, and he's barely in it. He only comes in at the very end, because it really is mostly about learning to love myself and loving my faith and loving my values and being Muslim and being proud of them, and not letting anybody try to push these other messages into my head.